Namaskaram. This is Sikkil Gurucharan. Sri Krishna Gana Sabha, celebrating its 70 years of glorious service to art and artists, is such a momentous occasion and an occasion for all of us to be proud about. It is not very often that we see sabhas and musical organizations sustaining for so long across generations, and such sabhas have the privilege and pride to say that they have been instrumental in making superstars out of young musicians. I still remember my very first opportunity to meet Sri Yagniraman. I was a young boy accompanying my grandmothers to their concerts in Krishna Gana Sabha, and I was able to see that they were preparing very meticulously for that concert. And it was during one of those occasions that my grandfather introduced me to Yagniraman sir and told him that he's our grandson and he's just beginning to sing. And Mama was so magnanimous that he said, bring him to my house sometime. And my grandfather just took me to his house one fine morning. It was a Sunday. And after all the pleasantries were exchanged, he asked me to sing. In about a week's time, my grandmothers called me and said, hey, you know what? Yagniraman Mama வந்து உன்னை கூப்பிட்டு இந்த கோகுலாஷ்டமி சீரீஸ்க்கு ஒன்னதான் ப்ரேயர் பாட சொல்லியிருக்கா அப்படின்னா. I couldn't understand what was going on. I couldn't understand even the gravity of that call. And I just thought, okay, it's a good thing. Okay, I will go and sing. And my grandmothers were elated and they said, you have to choose the right song on Krishna, and this is a huge opportunity for you. And I said, I will do it. But little did I know that on that occasion, I would learn something so important to my career as a musician. Because I still remember that day in September, I forget the year, it was 1997 or 1998. I reached there at 4:45, and the prayer, as you all know, it's the first item of the program. And when I finished singing the prayer, there was a huge applause, and we all came back home. I remember staying with my grandmothers at that point of time, and I went home, and my grandmother, especially Neela Patti, started crying at the dinner table. And I said, what's wrong? Didn't I do well? சொன்னா ரொம்ப நல்லா பாடினேன், எனக்கு ஒரே எமோஷனலாக எடுத்து நீ பாடும்போது பயந்துருந்தேன் நீ ஒழுங்காக பாடணுமே அப்படின்னு. And the young boy that I was, I didn't understand the sentiments behind that statement. And I asked quite nonchalantly, I asked, yeah, இது கூட நான் பாடுவேன் நம்பிக்கை இல்லையா? No, this is just a prayer. I could have done it anytime. No, that was the kind of message I was giving her. That was the tone I was talking to her. And my party said that, never assume that things can go right every time. Even if it is a small song, anything can go wrong once you get on the stage. And she told me that உனக்கு மேடையில் இருந்தவாளா யாரெல்லாம் தெரியுமா? லால்குடி ஜெயராமன் சார் உட்காந்துருக்கார், சமூகடி மாமா உட்காந்துருக்கா, பாம்பே சிஸ்டர்ஸ் இருக்கா, கீழே அவ்வளோ பேர் முக்கியமான பாலக்காடு குரு சார், மூர்த்தி சார் எல்லாரும் உட்காந்துருக்கா. இதுக்கு முன்னாடி அவன் பாடணுமே, அந்த 5 நிமிஷத்துல ஒழுங்கா பாடணுமே, the mic should cooperate well, your throat should cooperate well, everything has to just Amayono Aprina. The word Amayono was such a loaded word that I learned that day, and Krishna Gana Sabha has been part of that valuable lesson for me in my life that I still hold very dear to me. So Krishna Gana Sabha la evlo kacherigal after that in different time slots, 1 மணிக்கு 2:30 மணிக்கு and then 4 மணி கார்த்தாலேயே பாடிருக்கேன் அந்த காமக்கோட்டி ஹாலில். So I've grown up with that Sabha, and I take great pride in saying that my status as a musician, whatever it is today, it is all because of sabhas like Krishna Gana Sabha that have been mentoring me in every stage of my musical career. And now in the able hands of Sri Prabhu and his daughter Shashwati, it is growing in leaps and bounds. Nalla oru modern look for Krishna Gana Sabha. The sound system, especially the last time I performed that, was impeccable. As always, I look forward to an opportunity to perform at Sri Krishna Gana Sabha for the Sabha and for other organizations who just rent that auditorium, because that auditorium has so much of value, so much of nostalgia, and so much of cultural vibes. And once again, my heartfelt wishes to the entire team of Sri Krishna Gana Sabha, including the volunteers who make the Sabha what it is today. May this 70th year celebration become 100th year, 120th, 125th, and just keep going on and on, because I'm sure there are so many more artists waiting in the pipeline to be promoted by this wonderful Sabha. Namaskar.